Welcome everybody, good morning. As Alex said, I'm Pete Anderson. Can everybody hear me? I'm what's my title? My title is Crime Reduction Manager for Safe for Bristol. I'm employed by the council and I lead on the community safety and crime reduction side of work for not only the council but the wider Safe for Bristol partnership, which we've made up of. There are some leaflets at the back that give an overview about what do we do, what it's all about, who it involves. Pleased to say that, I would like to hope to think anyway, that people around this room, there's some familiar faces, Voscur included, 8 statutory agencies and also many voluntary agencies are involved in the work of Safe for Bristol, addressing drug treatment, youth offending, offender management, hate crime, domestic violence, all these terms and phrases I'm sure you'll be familiar with, and I would have hoped that Safe Bristol Partnership in some form will be linked to it, putting resources into it, supporting the agenda. So for me, it's a great opportunity to network today. It's good to provide an overview, and it's also a great opportunity if there are things which I'm unable to answer or things that you would like to explore myself, whether it be particular project work, particular future commissioning work, particular issues in the community that you want to raise, then I'm here all day, I'm here for the workshops too and the lunch, so I'll be more than happy to speak to you on that. But I wanted to just draw out a couple of things today. Safe for Bristol as a partnership, we have to have one in Bristol. It brings together a number of statutory partners, as they outlined in the leaflet. Our main aim is to obviously increase community confidence, but also to reduce crime. Crime levels at the minute are going down, have been going down for some time. Based on levels in 2006-07, we are currently 20% less, or estimated to be 20% less in terms of numbers of recorded crime. Not to say about those crimes that we want more people to report, those hidden type crimes, particularly hate crime or domestic violence. But crime is going down. However, where does Bristol fit in the national picture? The government, for example, are quite interested in benchmarking, not against our similar police forces or council now, but looking at the core cities, the big cities in the country, and how do we perform against them. If we want to become, which is our aspiration, that safest core city, so there are 8 core cities, Sheffield, Nottingham, and a number of others, Leeds, we would need to make another reduction on what we currently are with another 34%. So I think that puts a bit of context in terms of, yes, we are making some really good inroads, but we have still got a fair way to go. Obviously, you would hope that we'd be focusing on the big volume crimes, vehicle crime, domestic violence, recorded crime, vehicle crime, robbery, domestic burglary. But it's the other types of crime which are just an equal priority for us around domestic violence, hate crime, as I say. The year ahead, we'll be looking to focus and raise the issue around community confidence, raise the issue of neighbourhood working. I think, if you're not aware, the council is going through a large change process at the moment to try and devolve more responsibility down to the local areas and associated budgets as well. We're working very closely with that in relation to looking at arrangements of how local levels can be brought forward to outside of PAC meetings and other meetings where we can feel that we're getting an understanding of what the actual issues are in the community. You'd hope that we were doing that already, and we do via lots of different mechanisms, but we don't do it as well as we should do. So that community confidence issue for us is a big priority, as well as joining up on that neighbourhood work. One point which I did forget to mention, I just wanted to paint the picture regarding Safe for Bristol as a council team, just to clarify. We're based within the Neighbourhoods Directorate and the Graham Sims, for clarity. There are 5 service areas within Safe for Bristol. The youth offending team, drug treatment, crime reduction, licensing, and social behaviour and CCTV. So if any of those particular areas of work do put a light bulb at the moment on your head at any point in the meeting, or a question that you think, I would like some clarity on that, then outside of crime reduction I'll be able to steer you in the right direction or maybe possibly answer some questions too. Bristol, being Bristol, it always gets special attention from the government, which is not always a bad thing. I think sometimes that does bring in additional resource, it brings in additional funding, but also a bit of scrutiny too. We are at the moment one of 60 pioneer areas for Louise Casey's work, who's a senior civil servant in the government, particularly focusing on justice seen, justice done. So it's opening up the criminal justice system to the public, a greater understanding, more awareness in terms of offenders brought to justice, hopefully training up community advocates and a number of things. There's a couple of officers in the audience today, Kate and Julia, who are over there, if you put your hand up. They are coordinating activity around this agenda of work over the next 18 months. And there are particular things I wanted to raise up today, which they are developing, which hopefully would be of interest to yourself, and hopefully could facilitate some questions and opportunities in the future. One of them is around working closely with the probation service, around raising the profile of community payback. That's where the offenders are actually putting work back into the community and paid work. We've got a target of, well, the government sets a target of 5,000 hours for the year, and we're trying to deliver 8,000 hours, delivering on a Saturday, Sunday and Monday at the moment. So that's something that we're looking for, requests for those hot spots or those areas in Bristol that we can actually focus the activity in terms of hedge cutting, clearance, etc. to the teams in the certain areas of need. I think at the moment we have about 28% of the jobs that the ex-offenders are delivering on are informed by the public. So I want to raise that. So then I would have liked to bring some postcards today possibly and said if there are any yourself. But if there are any, you can have a chat to myself, Kate and Julia. Community crime fights is another initiative which the government and ourselves are keen on in terms of looking for those community champions who would receive training, understand our agenda and also be that advocate in the community. And the other one, an area of business that I wanted to flag up was around support for victims and witnesses, specifically about antisocial behaviour, and providing that point of contact before it gets to any interventions through the criminal justice system or complaints via any interventions around sexual behaviour contracts. So providing that information to the person who's reported a low-level incident today of antisocial behaviour and what's being done about it. I've mentioned hate crime and domestic violence a couple of times. I think of our areas of business, the voluntary sector working closely with many Voscur agencies link closely with our work to deliver community-based services. About a quarter of all domestic violence that takes place in the community is actually reported to the police. So the community intervention is key. We've got some really good projects across Bristol. We'd love to have more. We know that it's underreported. We know that we want to put more support into victims and survivors of domestic violence. But we are looking at a new approach to commissioning services. We have put more money into domestic violence this year, so hopefully we can provide an increasing enhanced service to those victims. Not only is it obviously the direct victim of domestic violence, but the children and the families as well, in terms of who are in the household of where domestic violence is taking place. We need obviously to prioritise that family intervention too. So there's lots of work going around the domestic violence field and the work with SARI, each Wessel in relation to hate crime. I don't know if I'm running for time.
Another 3 minutes.
I said 10 minutes maximum, so I thought I'd do condense it. I don't think there's anything else I want to add really. I wanted to try and paint the picture today. Put a name to faces, or also my name to for you as well. Happy to take questions at the panel afterwards.
Yes.
But I think I'll wrap it up.
Thank you very much.